Hello and welcome back to the When You're podcast, the podcast for when you're doing anything. Today we're talking about when you're Christmas shopping. Now, I know what you're all doing. I know what you're doing. You're on your Amazon account, you're getting your Amazon Prime all figured out, and you're ordering everything. Listen, I'm not against online shopping. I'm just saying that Christmas shopping used to be so different back in the day. Christmas shopping was just you know what it is? Before online shopping, do you guys remember how crucial it was to get to the store, how it made or broke everything in your whole life? I remember there was this one year where I was not necessarily Christmas, but it was more of they used to have the Nintendo DS games inside of Walmart or GameStop or whatever, and they had it behind those they I don't really know if they do or they don't. I can't recall right now, but they had those doors where they have the key, they open it up and then they slide it. Yeah, they had those behind it, and then you have to go in there, and if they had the game, they had the game. If they didn't have the game, you had to wait for them to restock. So it was always I don't want to say it was a challenge, most of the time they had them stocked. They kept them in boxes in the back, you know what I mean? And then when it runs low in the front, you know what I'm saying, they just run up there. Or they do a big I don't know. They just have a big sale of them. You know what I mean? It's if you want this game, you just go to the person over there by the video game section. You talk to them. They give you the game, and then that's it. You know what I mean? And now with this Amazon stuff, now it's just everything gets delivered to you, which is oh man, that's dope. That's amazing. So first things first. I want to say thank you to the Amazon workers who are delivering people's Christmas presents. You know what I mean? I appreciate you guys. You guys are really carrying the Christmas season, the presents on your guys' back. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say thank you so much to all those Amazon workers, and especially those delivery drivers. You guys are working overtime. I know it. And it just gets harder and harder every single day. Everybody wants their stuff quick. But hopefully, they got a system going, they can deliver it, you know what I mean? They can figure it out. So hopefully it's not too bad. And it's just, it's really difficult because online shopping is so easy. It's just so easy. But it's if I, per se, had to go to the store and get every little thing that I ever thought about getting for gifts or presents or whatnot, it would be, it would take forever. Going to the store, shopping, looking at everything. Imagine if they had everything in one store. I mean, they do. It's called a mall, but it's what I'm trying to get at is imagine all the things that maybe your family wants, your friends would want, right? You would like, and I guess they kind of do, but not the same way. It's very tricky. But online shopping is just the access, the ease with it is just so convenient. You can do it in your home, and then all you have to do is wait. That's the new struggle. It's waiting. Everybody is including myself. I definitely get impatient. I definitely wait outside for the Amazon. I look outside my window and I see oh snap, the Amazon workers coming. They're gonna drop off my package, and then I have to hide the fact that I just bought something. You know what I mean? Or now I'm finally I get to open this package, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of cool. But you tend to do that all year round, but it's a lot more difficult when I guess you're spending for somebody else, you know what I mean? Cuz once you're waiting for the packages, you already got it. All you need to do is for it to get delivered to you. Now, I will say this though, I ordered something and they didn't exactly put it in a box or in packaging to hide it. You know what I mean? It was kind of out in the open. So if anybody else saw it, you know what I'm saying? They would automatically know, oh, that I got this thing. And I'm just darn it. It's supposed to be a surprise. It's a Christmas surprise. I can't surprise anybody if they won't, cover it up. But, perhaps that was my fault, or maybe I should have gotten extra gifts so that way they could have put it in packaging, whatever. Like a box. But now, now I have these Amazon packages, and I gotta, I should probably, okay. You order the packages, they get sent, you have to wait, they get sent to you, and then now that you have these boxes, you can either reuse these boxes or you can just what's it called? Get rid of the boxes and then just wrap the gift itself. Because like if you order like let's say I don't know. Let me just do something like very random. Let's say you order a box of toothbrushes, okay? Or you know what? Toothpaste. Let's just say, for example, toothpaste, right? You buy toothpaste. Toothpaste already comes in like in a box. You know what I'm saying? So to buy toothpaste, and then like Amazon ships it in another box. So they get the Colgate or the Oral-B or whatever they need. They put it in a separate box. They stuff it with a bunch of packaging and then they close it and then they send it to you, right? Now, you can either leave it in that Amazon box and wrap it up, or you take the thing out and then wrap that up. So it's really, either or. That's kind of like, I don't want to say predicament, but that's just one thing to do, you know what I'm saying? But after that, you kind of have to like hide the packages or like from your family or whoever and just be like, okay, this is for this person, but I don't have to worry about it and yada, yada, yada. Long story short, Amazon is definitely thriving. They thrive all year long, but especially now, because this is when everybody just starts ordering and ordering gift after gift after gift. There's just so much of it. But back to what I was talking about. The mall. So the one store back in the day, man, I truly believe that back in the day it was so much more chaotic, but it was a lot more fun than it is now, right? Like now we're a lot more reclusive. Now we don't explore the stores enough and we don't interact like we used to. Now it's because of online shopping, we can kind of there's no need for the store unless we're like there to pick something up. So if you're ordering like beauty products or whatnot, right, then they might not send it straight to your home, even though like most of them do anyways. But let's just say they send them to your nearest, store, like beauty care store or whatever brand you got them from, right? And then you have to go over there and then you have to pick it up. Like that's as far as it goes. It's just a quick pickup. You know what I'm saying? But the mall, I know the mall is definitely like the go-to place because they have everything in there. They got so many variety of brands and clothing stuff that I really want to say that if you go to the mall, you're usually there for like one store in particular. Like they might have like they might have like some sort of toy store or like a Disney store or whatever that's not usually I don't want to say available. Like it's Disney, it's available all around. But let's just say, for example, if you order it online and then you go into store, I bet you the store prices are a lot lower than online. Especially because I guess shipping and handling, taxes and whatnot. I don't know. This is the thing. I have no idea anymore because I don't go to the store and buy stuff all that much anymore. So I have no idea if it's like, if you're getting cheated out of it because they raise the prices online. But I guess that's the game, right? Like they have to raise their prices online because they know that's what people will buy them. But if you go into the store, you can get them a little cheaper or on sale because they have to get rid of the clothing stuff. So, it's a toss. It's a toss of things. But for the most part, like I guess when you're online shopping, you're kind of like, you know what you want to get, or like, well, not necessarily. Sometimes people just like to browse on there. People just like to shop, But anyways, there's a lot of stores in the mall, and you just run through all of them to see like, okay, what do they got? What's going on here? And usually the electronic stores are what keeps the malls in business. You know what I mean? Because like everybody wants to go to the Apple store. Everybody wants to get headphones and electronics and Bose headphones and speakers or a new TV or something, because that's where people really invest their money in. And clothes are like, you can get clothes any time of the year, you know what I mean? But the electronics, they sell them at discounts, like Black Friday shopping. They just did that huge deal. So, and it's just, I feel like going to the mall or going to the store to buy gifts is like, I don't want to say it's more of a hassle, but there is a convenience to them. I mean, you just grab the gift and go, right? You grab the gift, buy it, and now it's in your hands. Now you actually have it, you know? You don't have to wait however long. And sometimes those orders get backed up. So let's say you have like a perfect gift. You found like, oh my gosh, my mom or my dad or, you know, my brother and sister, my grandma, my grandpa, like whoever, my aunt, my uncle, you know, just your family, whatever, right? You find the perfect gift for them, but it doesn't come until 5 days later or maybe like a day after Christmas, and now you're like, darn it, like now I can't give them the gift on Christmas because I took too long. And even if you wanted to, right, like people are working on, even if you wanted to get it to them on Christmas, it's Christmas. Nobody wants to work on Christmas, so you're on your own there, you know what I mean? That's why you got to like plan ahead, I guess. So that's why going to the store and actually seeing it, finding it, looking at it, and being like, oh my gosh, yes, that's a perfect gift. Let me get that for them, you know? And also, you can kind of just like look around and see what other people are doing, what other people are getting, right? You walk into a mall and then you're like, man, you know, I don't know what else is going on in here. And then somebody walks by you and they're carrying like let's say they're carrying like a Hollister bag. Hollister was a big deal back in the day. It was like the go-to brand, and it was super expensive. It still is super expensive, but like back in the day, if you wore Hollister, everybody was looking at you like, dang, how did they do it? How did they do it? But long story short, you can kind of just look around and see what other people are buying or like what other people are like carrying around, and then from there you can naturally like, oh snap, they have a hat store, they have like a Foot Locker, they have this or they have that, you know? So, and also they might also just be one store in the whole place that has exactly what you're looking for. So let's say you're doing something a little bit more creative this Christmas, right? Not necessarily something tangible, but something a little bit more meaningful. So you need like, you can't order, I mean, you probably could. I'm not saying that's not the hard part. I'm saying like, if you want, let's say you're making a photo album, but you don't necessarily have like a printer for your, like if you take pictures on your phone, then you don't necessarily have anything, you know what I mean, to print it out. So you have to go to a place where they can digitally print your photos, which shouldn't be too hard, right? But then you have to like build it and put it together and create this photo album. Like that's a meaningful thing, right? But that's something that you can't order on Amazon. That's something you can buy online. Or maybe it is. Maybe there has to be like an app to a machine, and then you just like put your pictures in there, and then it'd be like, all right, you come by at like tomorrow and they'll be ready for you to pick up. Like, you know, it has to be that simple. It has to be. It definitely has to be. But all I'm trying to say is that sometimes the physical tangibility of certain things is a lot better than going online on your computer and like more than just like buying it and then like kind of waiting. You don't have to play the wait game. You just go out and you get it. You know what I mean? But this Christmas and like every other Christmas is the same. It's spend, spend, spend. It's capitalism at its finest. They're trying to sell us goods. They're trying to make us believe in stuff. And it's just kind of the whole system is like more presents equal happiness. So you need to buy you have to buy the new phone. You have to get the new laptop. You have to get the whole family presents this year. You have to get everybody, oh my gosh, what's that? A new TV for the whole family to watch movies on? This is a perfect Christmas gift. You need speakers for that new TV? This is a perfect gift. You need a massager, so while you sit down, you can have like a nice back massage? The perfect gift. You need this, you need that. It's all a big toss-up, you know what I mean? It's always you have to buy this. It's not, you know, they don't advertise like just having a good time. It's like you can have a good time, but with this thing, you can have so much fun with your family if you buy our product. And it's a lot less of like, you can do whatever you want, you know what I mean? We just want your money. So But obviously it's Christmas time, and I buy the stuff anyways. So what am I talking about? I'm trying to act like they should be a lot more morally right, but in the end, like I do like their product, and I do want it. So, hey, but then you have to. Certain presents require a lot more work. So if you want that new TV, you got to work for it, right? So it's always that difficult balance. But in the end, this Christmas season, the advertising, I don't know. The advertising has not been so great. What have they been? I mean, I mainly watch. Okay, well, the majority of the commercials that I like kind of see are like 15 to 5 seconds because of the YouTube ads. So because of that, it's definitely they do Walmart. I know Walmart's a big one, but like they do Walmart all year round, right? They also do I don't know if they do like Best Buy or maybe Target ads. I don't know, dude. It's just definitely that time of year where I think like they would push the advertising, but they're kind of not. I'm surprised that there's not as much Christmas advertisement. I know they did that, Walmart did that Mean Girls with the Lindsay Lohan, and they got like they got like the whole cast back together for like that Walmart ad. But I don't know why they didn't. I guess that's where all the money went, so they couldn't really put a whole budget behind like a Walmart Christmas ad this year. But not that I'm like complaining like, oh, why didn't they do it? It's just like it's a little bit weird. It's the Christmas season. I haven't seen any like big, like back in the day they had like they were, dude, it was probably the best Christmas commercial. They did like they were selling the new Mario Nintendo game, whatever, right? And they had, I think it was on the 3DS or the DSi or whatever, and they were doing the jingle, the Mario jingle, the do 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 do, and the kids were singing. It was like, with the with a Nintendo DS, you can get it with us for $9.99. Something like that, right? Like they were singing the song, and I hope I don't sound crazy, but like they would sing that song, and that was like the advertisement. I was like, that's a great advertisement. They made it into the Christmas theme, but it was also like Super Mario, so it just like it all tied in together. I thought that was great. But anyways, buying Christmas presents is tough, but I think that it's gotten easier and easier, and what makes it easier now, I guess, growing up, like as a kid, I didn't really like want clothes. You know what I mean? I wanted like toys, I wanted video games, I wanted game consoles, I wanted electronics. But now that I'm older, I'm kind of like, I do need a new jacket, I do need a new hoodie, I do need new shoes. Like those are things that like now I'm looking at and I'm kind of like, man, I wish I had an extra pair, or I had like another pair of running shoes, or these kind of shoes, whatever, right? And I think shoes are like a perfect Christmas gift. Like if you don't know somebody, or if you're just doing something, like I think shoes are a great Christmas gift. Obviously they'd have to match everyone's size, so I guess it'd have to be specific for the person. But shoes are a great gift. They're not a bad gift. And neither are no clothes are bad gifts. I'm just saying that like sometimes it gets a little tricky because you don't know what everybody's size is, or you don't know people's particular tastes. So I just always go like, if I'm gonna get somebody clothes for like their birthday, or for Christmas, then I just do like something funny. You know what I mean? Nothing too serious that they'll like throw away, but something funny enough where it's like, oh, I'll keep it. It's funny, haha, right? I think that's a great idea. Yeah, sweaters, hoodies, great idea for the winter season. Jewelry, I know that a lot of people like necklaces, rings are really big right now. Bracelets are cute for like couples, or, I just think that jewelry could be like a sweet little thing. Here's a necklace for you, grandma. Here's a bracelet, father. Here's a ring for my mom, or here's a ring for my girlfriend, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of easier that way. And then the accessories are kind of like whatever. You know what I mean? You can buy a purse for somebody, for yourself or whatever. You could buy, dang, is that the only accessory I know? No, you could do like hats and whatnot. You could do gloves, mittens, especially depending on where you live, right? So if you live somewhere in Florida, like you're not going to see anybody like really caring about gloves. But if you live in Minnesota, then it's like, I need some new mittens for this year. You know what I mean? So there's that. Scarves, all that kind of stuff. But when I was a kid, that stuff didn't really hit. That stuff was kind of just like, yeah, like I can get clothes any time of the year. Like, you're going to waste Christmas giving me clothes. Like, I have clothes. Like, this is not something that I'm like super excited about. As a kid, now I'm a lot more appreciative. I'm a lot more grateful. But as a kid, I was just kind of like, pants? Like, I was so underwhelmed. I was like, pants? You got me pants. Like, I have pants already. Like, and as soon as they rip or tear up or they get like seriously bad, then I'll get just like a new one, right? Like, that's kind of like a no-brainer. But like, you're going to give me pants for Christmas? No. So it was always the toys or the electronics or video games. So I guess the best toy right now, or like the most sellable, is the Legos. Like, everybody just buys Legos now. Like, so you can build it and piece it together, and then you get like a little dinosaur or whatnot, right? You get like a nice little Lego set. So those things sell out. I think number 2 would have to be like some sort of stuffed animal, right? And I'm talking about like real tangible. Stuffed animals, man, they're the best. Those things are perfect. The Squishmallows are really popular because they're so soft and they're really nice to hold on to. They're good pillows. Except like, unless, they have to be like the big ones. But anyways, they have those. Let me think. What else is like a tangible? I mean, they have action figures, but like more so for, I feel like they're more like collector's items. You know what I mean? They hold on to it to hold on to it. They don't actually play with it like they used to in the day. Unless, I mean, they could. They do. I'm not saying that they don't. I just like, I don't remember the last time I bought like an action figure to like play with. But again, there's probably some kid out there who does. Hot Wheels, the cars, probably. What about like a remote control cars or remote control helicopters or drones? But that's more of like but that's kind of like a tangible thing. I'm just thinking out loud here. Drones are definitely a thing. Yo, if I had a drone back in the day, I would have been crazy. I remember I got like a RC helicopter. That thing was so much fun, but then it would break within like 2 days. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was always having such a trouble. I was having a hard time like maneuvering it with like the remote control. Now with like the phone and with like apps and everything, it's a lot easier to connect to, right? So I don't know. And they also had those what was it? I remember that video where it's like the little girl and she had like that little toy where you have to like lift it up, or like it's like a ballerina, right? And there's a fan that acts as the tutu, and you put your hand under it and you lift it up and it floats up, and she floated it up into the fireplace and it burned, and everybody was like, "Oh my gosh," and it was funny. That was a funny video. But now it's all about phones. So buy them the new phone, new case, get them the PS5. Like those were big deals to get. And it's so amazing that I'm not going to say that like I got every single game console, you know what I mean? But like I remember getting some really, really good ones. So I remember getting the Nintendo Wii. That was fire. That one revolutionized gaming in a way that I had never experienced before. I remember the first time. No. Hold on. Kind of. Not really. I sort of remember the first time I played Wii Sports. It was, I remember, I can't put my exact finger on like what it was like to play for the first time. I just remember ever since I played it, it's always been like it just feels like it's been around for so long that it's like, oh, of course, it's just the Wii Sports. You know what I mean? I never once for a second thought about like, how do I play? Like they just tell you this is how you play, and then you catch on really quick. That's what made it the best. And I could play with my brother, and it was always such a fun time. But then as soon as you get like a phone or a video game, you got to give they need more. You know what I mean? So now that you bought them the phone, they got to get apps for their phone. They got to get like their social media. They got to get their this. They got to get their that. They got to, then if you get them a PS5, they have to have games with it. So then you get them this game and that game, and you have to buy. So it's always it's a constant. There's never an end to it. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, I mean that's how it usually goes with these video game consoles. They always come up with a new game for the console or something different with it. But I do remember when the Nintendo Switch was announced, that was a huge deal, and it was such a beautiful concept. And now everybody's like, they have to update it. They have to update it. And I'm just like, it's still like a solid idea. I don't know where they go from there. You know what I'm saying? And then I was thinking about like, if Sony had realized that the PSP was going to be the future of like handheld gaming, they would have come up with a Nintendo Switch. I think they would have came up with that concept a lot sooner if they had stuck with that PSP. If they had stuck with that concept, you know what I mean? But then they came out with the idea of the PSP, and then they didn't develop it any further. They didn't continue working on that. They were just like, no, let's just stock up. Let's just focus on the PS4, and then after that, they were stuck on the PS4 console for forever. And then at the time it was the PS3, but then they were like, rather than focus on the PSP, which like I guess nobody was buying, or nobody really, it wasn't like selling like that, I guess. I don't know why they would take away the funds for that, but then they were just like, let's just focus on the PS4. Let's focus on making the PS4 and doing all that stuff. And then the PS5 now. So it's a huge competition for these things. But long story short, when you're Christmas shopping, online shopping is definitely the top choice. You can almost get anything online these days. And if you can't find it, then I guess you weren't meant to get it. But yeah, thank you to Amazon workers, especially. Thank you so much. The mall, go to your nearest store. Like just get something like, even if it's like one thing, get something from the store. It could be a small thing. It can be like, it could honestly be a Lego set. Just, go out there and grab it, hold it, and get it. You know what I mean? Just so that way you can, if nothing else, you're like, I went to the store and they had like a bunch of stuff that I don't really think about anymore. I don't see a lot of. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're spending a lot, but hey, it's the Christmas season, and sometimes gift giving is a form of love, so that's a part of the deal. Sometimes that's how we show our love, and that's definitely a good idea. So don't feel bad for spending, or feel like you're not wasting money, but it's more of like, consumerism. It's, you're just like everybody else. Don't be down on yourself. But you can be creative. You can make your own gift. Clothes are definitely a great idea. And then you can't go wrong with anything electronic for your little brother, your little sister. Toys, definitely stuffed toys for like the girls or the boys. I mean, you just really do anything like that, just add some variety, have some fun with it. Legos are great, and then we'll see where it goes from there. But yeah, those are all the things to do when you're Christmas shopping. So thank you guys so much for listening. I'll talk to you guys all next time. Thank you.